There's an eerie quality to abandoned places, not just because of the unsettling quiet, but also due to the implied horror of why the location was deserted. Questions linger. Why was it abandoned? What transpired? And where did the people vanish? It's chilling, to say the least. Explore the most haunting abandoned places worldwide. Dundas Castle. Delving into the more supernatural side of things, many believe in curses, making it fitting to discuss the New York-based Dundas Castle. Castles were once the epitome of status, dreamt about and featured prominently in fantasy epics, symbolizing grandeur. However, Dundas Castle remains largely hidden in the Catskills, partly due to its rumored curse. Contrary to expectations, the curse is more subtle. Originally intended as a lodge, the site passed through different owners until Ralph Dundas initiated its transformation into a castle in 1915. Tragically, Ralph died in 1922 before its completion. His wife, Josephine, never lived in the castle and was committed to a sanitarium after Ralph's death. Their daughter, Muriel, faced a series of misfortunes, leading to her institutionalization. The family faced continuous adversity, and eventually they abandoned the castle. Nature reclaimed the site, giving rise to various stories and speculations about the family's tragic history within the castle walls. What was meant to be a triumph turned into a familial doom, and the abandoned castle's mysterious tale could be ripe for a horror film adaptation. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. Krakow, Italy. Krakow, Italy stands as a cautionary tale, urging people to steer clear due to public safety concerns. Once a proud city settled by the Greeks in the 6th century AD, Krakow's rich history is marked by growth, upgrades and significant events like the exodus to the west. However, a series of earthquakes and landslides culminating in a natural disaster led to its downfall. By 1980, the entire city had been abandoned, now standing as a crumbling ruin. Despite its uninhabitable state for the past 40 years, the site is open to visitors, though caution is advised due to its deteriorating condition. Nature has taken its toll, and without repairs, the city has succumbed to decay. Nevertheless, its striking appearance, transformed by abandonment, has earned it a role in films, including The Passion of the Christ, ensuring that even in abandonment, Krakow retains a semblance of fame. Gullivers Travels Park. Welcome to Gullivers Travels Park, where a well-intentioned idea took a turn for the unexpected. In an effort to attract more visitors to Japan, the government invested in the creation of this amusement park inspired by the beloved book. Unfortunately, despite opening its doors in 1997, the park became emblematic of the questionable construction projects prevalent in Japan during the 1990s. While the concept may have seemed promising, the park's eerie and unsettling atmosphere, coupled with its association with the Bridge to Nowhere project, led to its demise in less than a decade. As the park closed down, its statues and remnants lingered, casting a haunting aura over the abandoned grounds. This lingering presence sparked curiosity about what might be happening in the deserted park. Hotel del Solto. Hotel del Solto faced a series of challenges stemming from bad timing, an unfortunate location, and sheer misfortune. Built near the Bogota River in Colombia, the hotel aimed to be an exotic retreat in the area. While it succeeded in providing a pleasant experience, an underlying ghostly presence became part of its legacy. According to local law, spirits haunted the grounds due to the historical use of the nearby waterfall. Indigenous people once leapt from it to escape conquistadors, leaving behind an ethereal presence. The situation worsened as the river itself became contaminated, further discouraging potential visitors. In the present day, the Hotel del Solto has transformed into a museum. Despite this shift, caution is advised for those exploring its halls. The remnants of the past, both spectral and environmental, contribute to an atmosphere that warrants a careful approach if you choose to visit. The Floating Forest. In the realm of unexpected phenomena, the floating forest in Homebush Bay, a suburb in Sydney, Australia, defies conventional expectations. Homebush Bay is renowned for its Olympic Park, historic shipwrecks, and a myriad of recreational activities, drawing crowds for sporting events, concerts, and family outings. However, the bay harbours a peculiar secret. Once a graveyard for ships destined to be dismantled and sold for parts, Homebush Bay underwent a transformation. The SS Airfield, slated for disassembly in 1972, never met its intended fate. Instead, nature reclaimed the bay as ship dismantling operations ceased. The result? A captivating phenomenon known as the floating forest. Abandoned ships like the airfield were gradually overtaken by nature, giving rise to a surreal scene where vessels were embraced by lush greenery. The juxtaposition of the industrial remnants and the thriving flora creates a striking and unexpected sight, turning what was once a shipwreck yard into a captivating manifestation of the resilient force of nature. Plia Island. In the annals of unsettling histories, Plia Island in Italy stands as a chilling testament to the real-life horrors that surpass even supernatural tales. The island's dark narrative began amid the infamous Black Plague. Those afflicted by the deadly disease were forcibly quarantined on Plia Island, transforming it into a desolate no-go zone, a place where the condemned were left to perish. The haunting didn't end there. As bodies piled up in mass graves to accommodate the relentless onslaught of victims, the island's eerie reputation solidified. Subsequently, a mental institution was established on the island, unleashing a new chapter of disturbing events. Adding to the grim history, subsequent construction only intensified the unsettling atmosphere. Despite its ominous past, the island was eventually abandoned. Plans to revitalize the site never materialized, leaving it in a state of eerie desolation. Today, venturing to Plia Island comes with legal consequences, as it remains a sealed-off and restricted area, a haunting reminder of its grim history that continues to discourage visitors. Baman Castle. Situated 50 miles above New York City, Baman Castle boasts not only a picturesque location on an island in the Hudson River, but also an explosive history. Constructed in the early 20th century by Frank Bannerman, a businessman and military surplus dealer, the castle served as a storage facility for the surplus arms amassed during the Civil War and the Spanish-American War. The castle, now in ruins, has become a popular tourist attraction, hosting cultural events and performances. However, throughout its history, Baman Castle endured significant challenges. Following Frank Bannerman's death in 1918, his family continued to reside in the castle. Disaster struck in 1920 when the powder house housing 200 tons of shells and powder exploded. The ensuing blast inflicted damage on the castle's structure, leading to a fire that left the once majestic edifice in ruins. To this day, Baman Castle stands as a testament to its explosive past, a haunting reminder of the events that forever altered its grandeur. Laila de las Monakas. How fitting to delve into the eerie tale of Laila de las Monakas, the 13th entry on our list, the number associated with bad luck and haunting folklore. Regarded by many as one of the most haunted places globally, this island story is as notorious as its reputation. The island's unsettling history began when its caretaker discovered the lifeless body of a drowned girl in nearby waters. Convinced that her spirit haunted him, he embarked on a peculiar mission to appease her. Stringing up dolls, mainly their heads, throughout the island, he hoped to provide the departed girl with companionship and in turn find solace from her lingering presence. As fate would have it, the caretaker met his demise in the same spot where he had discovered the girl's body years earlier, an eerie coincidence that sends shivers down the spine. Today, Laila de las Monakas draws visitors who claim to witness the dolls' heads moving and feel the unrelenting gaze of spectral eyes. In a realm where dolls inherently possess an uncanny aura, this island's haunting legacy undeniably takes the concept of creepiness to a whole new level. The Maw Sea Forts. Wartime necessities often give rise to the creation of structures designed for protection, comfort, and aggression. In the context of World War II, England witnessed the construction of the Maw Sea Forts. Positioned off the country's coast, these forts served a fundamental purpose: to act as sentinels against potential German attacks. Strategically placed in the Thames and Mersey estuaries, the fort's primary function was to detect incoming threats and promptly communicate them via radio. Following their instrumental service, the Maw Sea Forts were decommissioned in the 1950s. Despite this, some of these structures still stand today, having found new purposes through repurposing efforts. Recognizing their historical significance and untapped potential, individuals and organizations have taken it upon themselves to restore and repurpose these forts, ensuring that their legacy endures beyond their original wartime function. Whitley Court. Our journey in England takes us to Whitley Court in Worcestershire, once renowned as one of the grandest houses in the country. The Victorian era witnessed its zenith, becoming a backdrop of opulent parties and royal entertainments. The estate, designed to exude lavishness, experienced a period of unparalleled extravagance. However, the good times were short-lived, as the Whitley family faced a series of misfortunes. In 1937, a fire near the servants' quarters consumed the entire estate, reducing it to ruins. Today, the remnants of Whitley Court stand as a testament to the ephemeral nature of grandeur, a poignant reminder of how swiftly fortunes can turn to ashes. Miranda Castle. Miranda Castle, much like others on this list, was conceived as a luxurious retreat, a place for people to indulge in the grandeur of majestic archways, lavish wooden staircases, and opulent ballrooms. This historic castle, erected in Belgium in the late 19th century, originally served as a summer residence for a noble family, radiating the charm of old-world elegance. However, the castle's fate took a tragic turn during the tumultuous events of World War II. As the conflict's front lines expanded, Miranda Castle fell into the hands of the Germans, who repurposed it as a lodging for their soldiers, an unforeseen destiny for a structure built with different intentions. Post-war, the castle transformed into an orphanage with a questionable history. The financial burden of maintenance became insurmountable, leading to its abandonment by all in the 1990s. Left to the mercy of time, Miranda Castle transitioned from a symbol of luxury to a haunting reminder of the unpredictable twists that history can take. Ross Island. Every nation, regardless of its size, bears historical chapters that evoke reflection on the cruelty of its past actions. For Great Britain, this scrutiny often centres on its colonial history and treatment of those in the lands it claimed in the name of the Empire. A stark example of this colonial legacy is Ross Island in India. Taken by the British, Ross Island became a site for the incarceration of political prisoners and convicts. Serving as the administrative headquarters for the British in the Andaman Islands from 1858 until around 1941, Ross Island was witness to a dark period in history. Today, it stands as a popular tourist destination, known for its captivating ruins, including the old British Commissioner's House, a church, and even a swimming pool. The island features hiking trails and scenic viewpoints that attract visitors. However, in its darker days, the island was a site of oppression. The convicts, many of whom were natives of India, rose in revolt against their British oppressors. Upon capture, they were subject to forced labour, clearing the island of its trees to make way for luxurious British homes. Eventually abandoned, Ross Island has undergone a transformation as nature reclaims the remnants of a painful history. Ghost town of Bodi, California. Throughout the world, the rise and fall of communities are often linked to the exploitation of a rich resource. The term ghost town encapsulates the fate of areas abandoned after their once abundant resources depleted. In California, the ghost town of Bodi stands as a poignant example. Established in 1876, Bodi attracted miners seeking fortune after the discovery of gold and silver deposits. The town flourished for decades as people reveled in prosperity, unaware that their own actions would eventually lead to abandonment. Unlike some ghost towns, the inhabitants of Bodi weren't hesitant to indulge in hedonistic pursuits, reveling in their wealth. However, the town's fortunes took a turn in the 1940s. Due to its remote location, Bodi was remarkably preserved, becoming an attraction for those curious about California's history. Today, it serves as a testament to the transient nature of prosperity and the enduring legacy of a once thriving community. Szi UFO Homes. In the late 1970s in Taiwan, during the height of the UFO phenomenon's cultural fascination, the idea for the Szi UFO Homes was conceived. These UFO-like houses were designed as vacation homes for visitors to experience extraterrestrial aesthetics. The ambitious plan aimed to attract US military officers on shore leave, a clever strategy had it been executed correctly. Unfortunately, due to a lack of funding and multiple fatal accidents during construction, the Szi UFO Homes project was abandoned. Despite its initial intentions, the eerie and unique aesthetic of these abandoned structures has made them a popular destination for urban explorers and photographers. Today, these UFO homes stand as a captivating attraction, drawing visitors interested in both architectural innovation and sustainable living. Colemanskop. In Namibia, the ghost town of Colemanskop tells a tale of fleeting prosperity. In 1908, a railway worker discovered a diamond in the area, sparking a diamond rush. Diamonds were so abundant that they could be picked off the ground by hand. The influx of fortune seekers turned Colemanskop into a boom town, expanding into a vibrant community. Before World War I, over 2,000 pounds of diamonds were unearthed. However, the town's decline began with the war lowering diamond prices and the discovery of larger diamonds in a nearby town. By 1956, Colemanskop became a ghost town, half buried in sand from the surrounding desert. Today, it stands as a tourist attraction, offering a glimpse into its diamond-rich past. Fordlandia. Henry Ford's attempt at creating a rubber plantation city in South America known as Fordlandia is a unique entry on this list. In the 1920s, Ford sought to streamline his car-making process by obtaining rubber legally from South America. Fordlandia, envisioned as a corporate city, featured luxurious amenities like swimming pools, a golf course, bungalows, and even a place for practicing American dances. Despite its business rationale, Fordlandia faced challenges. Strict rules imposed by managers, including bans on alcohol, women, tobacco, and even football, led to discontent among the workers. Revolts ensued and not a single pound of rubber from South America made its way to the United States for Ford's cars. Fordlandia stands as one of Henry Ford's notable failures, emphasizing that ambitious ideas do not always guarantee success. Dome homes in Florida. Before 2022, off the coast of Florida near Cape Romano Island, curious onlookers might have observed a cluster of domed homes. These unique structures were the brainchild of retired oilman Bob Lee, who envisioned an unconventional vacation home. Determined to create something distinctive, Lee crafted a model of the domed homes on his Tennessee property before constructing them on stilts in the waters of Florida. His hands-on approach and grand ideas included plans for a self-sustaining dwelling powered by solar energy. Lee and his family intermittently lived in the homes designed to withstand storms. However, the idyllic vision was short-lived. The family eventually had to abandon their abode due to inhospitable conditions. The final twist occurred with the arrival of Hurricane Ian in 2022, submerging the once distinctive domed homes, a fate that might have been foreseeable to those with common sense before their construction. Plia Island. The closing reflections on nature's inevitable reclaiming of the world, exemplified by the abandoned fishing village in China, provide a poignant conclusion to the exploration of creepy and abandoned places. The village, once bustling with life, succumbed to overpopulation, rendering it economically unsustainable. In just a few decades, what was once a thriving community became an abandoned paradise, with nature's green ivy reclaiming every former home. The imagery evokes a sense of fantasy and fairy tale aesthetics, showcasing the swift and relentless force of nature when left untended by human hands. The narrative prompts contemplation on the fate of all human-made structures, emphasizing the cyclical nature of creation, abandonment, and eventual integration into the natural world. As the journey through creepy places concludes, the question of which location is the creepiest lingers, inviting discussion in the comments section. The exploration of these eerie landscapes serves as a reminder of the transience of human creations and the inexorable influence of nature. If there's anything specific you'd like to discuss or explore further, feel free to share, and I'm here to assist.